CTV News at 5 with Hudson Mack.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. Hudson Mack is off tonight. The head of the BC Teachers Union has been re-elected to a third term. Susan Lambert garnered 429 votes to 238 for her nearest competitor to lead the BC Teachers Federation for another year. Lambert has strongly faced down the government to oppose the passage of back-to-work legislation, even going so far as calling Education Minister George Abbott a bully. The BCTF will vote tonight on its next move in its fight over Bill 22, including cancelling extracurricular activities and the potential of a full-scale walkout. The Royal Bank of Canada has some good news. It's projecting major growth this year and next. A new forecast says exports will return to pre-recession levels by 2013. In that same time frame, RBC says unemployment should fall to 0.5%. If you bought a gun online in recent months, you may want to check if the firearm was legally purchased. Saanich Police is warning collectors tonight after a man stole firearms from a Victoria sporting goods store he worked at, then turned around and sold them over the internet. CTV News first brought you the story in February after a cache of guns was discovered in Lucky Jagra's home by Saanich Police. It took investigators 3 days to catalog 159 firearms, including long guns, pistols, and semi-automatic rifles. Police say the 40-year-old was selling the stolen weapons online and tracked 6 of the firearms in the capital region.
At least 6 firearms have been transferred to third parties unknowingly or unwittingly locally here in Victoria. All 6 firearms have been traced, again, with the assistance of the registry and records from the registry. And we are in the process of recovering all of those firearms. Again, it does appear that all the documents were in order to process the transfer. This is because as we know, and as I stated here before, the paperwork had been completed at the store as if it was a legal transfer, which in essence it wasn't.
Police say the recipients of these weapons are not facing any charges. Jagra is facing 6 charges of trafficking firearms under the criminal code and could see up to 10 years in prison. Jagra turned himself in and appeared in provincial court today. Police say there could be more charges in the future as the investigation unfolds. Well, with spring here and summer right around the corner, you might want to think twice before you barbecue that burger. The Canadian Food Inspection Agency is expanding a warning over certain beef products. There are now more than 135 beef products listed that could be contaminated with E. coli. Some of the distributors include President's Choice, Weber's, The Keg, and Maple Launch Farms. The beef was produced at establishment 761. That's the number stamped on packages, cartons, or the cases. It was made between July 1st of last year and February 15th of last month. The beef was distributed nationally to retail stores across Canada. For a full list of affected brand names, go to inspection.gc.ca. And another Mid-Island eyesore may finally be on the move, this time after 5 years anchored in Cowichan Bay. The fishing boat Dominion 1 drifted nearly 460 meters in last week's windstorms, and people were concerned it would smash into other boats in the bay. The Coast Guard was called in to take control of the vessel, which is now tied up at a dock. That is costing the owner money, and he says he plans to get the vessel running this weekend and sail her to Mexico to be sold for scrap.